William Kretzer. How are we doing? How are we doing? Hey, we're dancing with ourselves. It's awesome. How's everyone doing out there? Thumbs up. Awesome. Jamie, how's Florida? Love seeing the news, by the way. So fantastic. Debbie Connor is invisible, but she'll be back soon. So, well, let's get started and let's have some fun today. We're gonna first start off with attitude for gratitude, and huge shout out for Mr. William Kretzer. Thank you for taking team meeting last week. Greatly appreciate it. Let's give William a big hand. That was really, really big, massive leverage, and I was able to enjoy some time away. So thank you for that. Who else has some gratitude? Attitude for gratitude. Let's kick this off. Jamie Goldman.
Hey there. So I have two actually. One, I wanted to thank Scott, and I don't think he's on here, but he went to a closing and shuffled my buyers around while I've been out of town. So, you know, it's really nice to know that you can step away from business and have amazing people offer to step up and cover things when you're not around. So I really appreciate him covering things for me, and, you know, just knowing that there were like a dozen people that I could reach out to at a second's notice. So that's awesome. And then I also wanted to thank those of you that have already donated King Soopers gift cards to Field Elementary School. Through all of this, we haven't been able to really do much over at the school. We missed Red Day in the spring, and there are still so many families there that have so many needs, and especially for the holidays coming up. So, you know, we're doing a collection of King Soopers $10 and $20 gift cards for the families that'll be distributed by the social worker. And so we have a deadline of this Friday. If you need a little extra time, we can totally make that work. Just let me know that you're still gonna bring something in and I can hold off delivering them. But I wanna make sure that the social worker has enough time to distribute them to the families that need them the most. So keep the donations coming. You guys are awesome. And thank you to all of you that have already donated.
And thank you for spearheading this, Jamie, and running with this even from Florida. So thank you, thank you. So what's another one? That's fantastic. And I can't see everyone, so jump on in. Amber, maybe you can help me out with that, so I'm not able to do the full gallery. So I think I saw Andrea. Did I see your hand go up? No, I didn't. So that's another attitude for gratitude. Let's keep this going. I can dance with myself. I mean,
I'll just unmute you all and start calling on you.
What's that?
So I can just unmute everybody and start calling on them.
Let's do it. So Amber, you take it away. You can see the full screen. Call on one of our incredible realtors here in our KW Executives family.
Well, Andrea, you have your video on, so tag, you're it.
Look at that, Andrew. We came right back to you. This is awesome.
I know, but I'm not sure that you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay. Oh, here's some gratitude to Amber, Seamus, and William for every morning on Coffee with Your MCA.
We just lost your sound all of a sudden. We had you, and then we didn't. I know it's weird being back on Zoom, guys. If you can turn your videos on, we would be ever so grateful. Please and thank you.
I think we need a crazy hair competition or something, you know. And you have to turn your Zoom on to win. So,
Deb, we did have a conversation around this earlier today, didn't we?
Yeah.
So for some reason, Debbie Connor is not willing to paint her house purple. So I don't know, guys. We got to either be bold or not bold, right? So, but she's willing to do her hair purple. Am I right on that one?
Sure.
All right. So, I'm just going to throw myself under the bus. Unless you do your hair purple, I'll do my hair purple. How about that?
Yeah, you first. Go for it.
Nope, same time. Right next to each other. I'll paint your house, you paint my house. Awesome. Okay, let's keep on going here. All right. So please take yourselves off of that, put on the video, and let's talk about listings. So if you have they have to be an MLS. you have an upcoming listing, or you have a current listing. I know it's been a couple weeks since we've been able to dive into this, so let's hit the ground running. Who has a listing?
It just has to be coming soon in the MLS. Then you can talk about it. And guess what? Monday that changed. So coming soon now only lasts for 7 days, not 14. Don't forget.
So on that note, who's got a listing? Listing. Let's do this. Otherwise, I'm just keep on drinking coffee and then we're all in trouble.
So I may or may not, well, I can't talk about it.
Are you gonna have it on within the next 24 hours?
I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait maybe a week.
A week is too long.
I'm gonna have to wait a week to talk about a listing I may or may not have in Denver that's 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. I don't know.
Oh, William, Debbie's within 100 feet of you.
I won't talk about it. That's just all I'm saying.
Oh, awesome. All right, so who's got another one? William has one someday, somehow coming up. Who's got another one? I see the chat. Kristen Connor. She's got 2 going on in the next 24 hours. Look at that. Awesome. That is fantastic.
You can talk about them, Kristen, if you want to. Within 24 hours, you're okay.
Okay. So I've got one that'll go into the MLS tomorrow. It's in Highlands Ranch. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath, and it's a ranch with a finished walkout basement, 2-car garage, mountain views. It'll be listed at, oh my gosh, 545, I believe. Yeah, 545. It'll go on the MLS tomorrow. Showings will start on Friday. And then I have another one that's going in the MLS today. And that one is in Aurora. That one's listed at 480. It is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom house with a finished basement that has a theater. Listed at, yeah, 480. Off of Buckley and Iliff. And that one goes to the MLS probably later today, and showings will start Friday.
Fantastic. And we're in compliance. Hey, we got 2 wins on that one. Great job, Kristen. Great job. Who's got another one? So we're going to keep on going here. If you have another one that comes up, or you jump in a little bit late, put that in the chat for us, please. And then Deb and Amber, I'm going to rely on the 2 of you to let me know if there's anyone raising their hands that I can't see. So let's keep going here. How about price improvements? Price improvements. Who has a motivated seller that's out there?
I know Carol's not on here. Carol Van Beek, she just lowered the price on the house on Indoor Drive yesterday down to 510. It's Brooksy, you've been in there. You've seen, I believe it's 3-bedroom ranch.
Yeah.
And it's got a really nice size backyard. They've brand new roof, brand new driveway. All the systems look like they're newer, and it's pretty clean. So it's ready for somebody to have. Brooksy, you talk about a little bit.
Yeah, so it's a ranch in Littleton, in Columbine Knolls. It's 3 beds upstairs, 2 bathrooms upstairs, and then the basement is ready to be refinished, and I mean, great opportunity for equity there. Large backyard, 2-car garage with like RV storage, no optional HOA. So it's a good little spot for someone looking for a ranch.
Yep.
Fantastic. Thank you, Brooksy, for doing that and helping out there. That's awesome. All right. So any other price improvements? Still got the song stuck in my head. Great choice, Amber. All right. Buyer needs. We got any buyer needs that are out there? Buyer need.
I've got one.
Awesome. Take it.
I have somebody, we're still gathering details, but I have somebody that's looking for probably about 5 to 10 acres. They might go a little bit bigger, but they won't go less than 5, out in Franktown, Elbert, Elizabeth. It has to have a higher end horse facility on it. They do not want to buy something and build it. They want it already there. And as of right now, we're not concerned about price.
Okay. Open door.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah, Andrea.
I have one. I looking for a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom in Lakewood. They've got some really specific kind of location criteria. And we're hoping to find something a little bit off market in the 450 to 475 range. They have a house to sell. So we're hoping we can find something pre-market to do a contingent offer on.
Excellent. Thank you, Andrea. All right, other buyer needs.
I have a couple who's been looking in Golden for quite some time. Yeah, so budget's probably, I mean, they want to stay under $1 million, ideally 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. And I mean, it seems like the houses that they like the most have high ceilings, and that's been a struggle to find because the inventory is so low. So if anybody knows or has something, then please send it my way. And then a random buyer need that I've had for a while, we just haven't come across it, is I have some clients who are looking for an already established dog kennel that they can buy and like potentially run. And so anyway, and they want to use it as like live work. So anyway, if you hear of anything like that, it's very random, ideally in Arvada or the surrounding area, please let me know.
Great. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, I'm gonna send you Kristen Henry's number. She lives in that arena. She may know of someone. So I'm gonna send you right now. I'm gonna send you her. She's an agent here. I'm gonna send you her information.
Thank you. Perfect.
Pick her brain.
Great. All right, other buyer needs. Going once. There you go. Andrea, are you taking it away? I keep coming back to you. All right, so, all right, going once, going twice, going 3 times, we're moving on. So if you have other buyer needs.
Robin Maurer had her hand raised. Sorry, I had to answer the phone.
Perfect.
Yeah, I have 2 buyer needs actually. One in Arvada, they can buy up to about $425, and it can be a townhouse as long as the HOAs are low. But they like a single family home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And the other one is kind of around the City Park area, up to 700. She's looking for a bungalow, doesn't have to be big, but at least a 2-bedroom, and up to 700, and you know, anywhere around that City Park area. She works at the zoo.
Perfect. Thank you, Robin. Thank you. All right, now any other buyer needs? We're going once. We're going twice.
Put them in the chat.
Hold on. We got Richard Reese. I got to get my mask on.
Hello. Yeah, I've got one. Just FYI, my audio or the video isn't working. So that's why you couldn't see me before. Anyway, we've got a client. She's looking, price range is $350 to $450, a single family or a townhome or condo, and basically anything from here to Arvada on the west side of I-25. Like, and ideally we're looking at 2-bedroom with an additional office. And that's it.
Great job, Richard.
Thanks.
All right, third time's a charm. So we're going once, we're going twice, 3 times we're moving on. All right, so any of the buyer needs, put them in the chat, listings as well. Let's take a moment to unpack October. What did you see out there? What did you feel? What are you seeing in the market right now?
So I did some math, and my numbers could be off, but I mean, inventory between at least September was almost 40%. I think it was 38% lower than what it was year over year. So it's been low, and now it's incredibly low.
Awesome. So inventory isn't that wild, right? What else are we seeing?
A lot of competitive offers.
Okay, tell me more.
You just have to go way over asking price, and it's not necessarily going to appraise. So you've got to put in there your appraisal, condition there where you're going to cover whatever it is. It's just so competitive. You got to make really good offers and make the seller feel comfortable right now.
Sure, which Robin, that is going to be somewhat of an opportunity for us, right? Because I mean, think of everything else going on in our world right now, and then now we have that.
I was really shocked with we put in an offer on a house, and we went 15,000 over asking price, and we had to cover the appraisal. But we were pretty confident looking at the comps that it was going to appraise and it wouldn't be a problem, and it didn't. And they had to cover that whole 15,000 gap.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I was really surprised because, I mean, they had multiple offers. They had all these people willing to pay more money. I was just surprised that the appraiser came in low like that. But, you got to be careful and got to make sure your people understand it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, and it almost brings us back into that conversation of a shifting market, doesn't it? And now having to educate appraisers. So are we having those upfront conversations with the sellers that this could happen? Robin, that is a fantastic piece of advice you just gave. What else are we seeing? Give me some more. This is great.
I still have a lot of buyer hesitation. I have probably 3 different buyers that have decided to put their search on hold because it's so crazy and there's such low inventory. They feel like they're never going to find what they want. So they're just going to wait till 6 months from now.
Wow. Okay, Jacqueline. So now what's starting to happen as well, because of low inventory here, it's having a direct impact on the buyer's perception of the market, if I'm hearing that correctly.
That, and then also with just COVID still going on and the election, there's a lot of uncertainty. So I'd say buyer uncertainty as well. Or market uncertainty.
Okay. What's another one? Give me one more. One more, let's go. What are we seeing in listing appointments? What are we seeing in buyer consultations? So far, we have inventory being down. We have competitive offers rising, appraisal conversations rising, and we have buyer hesitation and uncertainty on the rise. What else are we seeing?
I mean, just a continued pain point for sellers is what, like, will I find my replacement home?
Right. Right, replacement home. Okay, so replacement home, right? And which is going to tie into inventory, isn't it?
Yep.
Deb, what are you seeing out there with your PC program and some of the conversations you're having, even with our friends in different companies?
Yep. So I think right now it's the sellers getting real with the condition of their property and realizing that they need to have it in really good condition to get top dollar. So a buyer, even if they come in and they're overbidding on the property, then they get a haircut during inspection. And the buyer wants to nitpick literally everything. They expect perfection in a home, especially when they've offered over and above asking price.
Interesting how that ties together, isn't it?
Yeah, and inspection issues that, griping about repairs after it's closed and wanting to drag people into the complaint departments everywhere. That would be the commission.
Sure.
Talking to their attorney, all that kind of good stuff.
So let's just stop here for a moment, because at least to me, it seems that we have some reoccurring themes going on. So if we look at inventory being down, competitive offers being up, appraisal conversations on the rise, which also ties into inspections with home inspections, repairs, what the buyer's expectations going forward when they pay in their eyes possibly an overpriced home, right? Am I getting this correct? So being that that's the case and it's causing buyer hesitation, uncertainty, replacement home questions, what do you think some solutions around this could be that you could use today that implement into your business, into your next appointment? We haven't even hit coaching corner yet. I love this. Jamie, take it.
I think it's just all about having really good upfront conversations with your clients, setting expectations, going over all these different scenarios, speaking from your experience and the experience of other agents in the office so that they know what they can expect, on both sides, and how important pricing is.
Right. My marker's running out, so I'm doubling down. That's how we do. I love that. So upfront conversations around expectations. Woo! Is that just me, or does that get everyone else kind of wondering? William, take it away.
Yeah, no, and to piggyback on that is, especially with these buyers, I keep thinking about Robin's situation that just happened with the appraisal. I mean, I know on the sell side that I pull comps together and I make sure I'm out there and I'm fighting my appraisals for my seller. And I'm sure Robin goes above and beyond too, but just because we think the house is going to appraise, I mean, there's still work for us to be done. We can still pull our comps. We can still have them ready for the lender to give to the appraiser. There's still things to do. But just coaching your buyers on what's going on now and being strategic with showings. If you're missing out on multi-offers with your buyers, stop showing on the weekends when everybody else does. Look for some of those properties that make it through the weekend, because those are the ones that are listed a little bit high. I just closed a buyer. We went and saw property on Wednesday, paid list price because it sat through the weekend because it was probably just a little bit high, and he got it on Wednesday, the only offer. So try to be strategic for those buyers too. Look for opportunities to put back in front of them, but get creative, stop showing on weekends and look for other opportunities in that Tuesday to Wednesday, basically threshold to take them out, take advantage of this, because these interest rates aren't going to stay there forever. And in 6 months, they're going to buy less house for more money.
Those are some nuggets. I would even do a shameless plug. Pick up this book, please. Whether you're brand new, experienced, pick up this book. If you don't have one, come see us, right?
Well, and Jamie said, don't be afraid to talk and communicate to other agents as well who's been around and done this. There's some great resources in our office with Dwayne, and his alter ego Hank, and some other ones that could, which would love to just just give you their 2 cents and help you be better.
Yeah. Love that. Love that. So now's the time to come together. This is the time when we lean in. We have been prepping and talking about this for over 2 years, and now we're here. One thing that screams to me right now.
Patrick, real quick, are you talking about Shift? I have a couple people asking in the chat.
I am talking about Shift. Thank you, Amber. I'm talking about this bad boy right here.
Yeah, you held it out of frame. Thank you.
Oh. So this one. So here's the thing, right? Now more than ever, whether you are a brand new agent, a seasoned agent, a top producer, this is hunting season for listings. It's hunting season. If we know the market is down, and we ran the numbers even within our walls here, and we saw a decrease in listings taken, which then makes me ask about the activities. Because the activities are going to show up, which then the results will show up later, correct? So we know the market's down. We know there's buyer hesitation going on. There's uncertainty. There's replacement homes. There's competitive offers going up. What if you could create your own inventory? If you were to circle around, take the map of Denver, and for those who have if you're brand new, you have an open canvas, which is exciting. And if you have experience and you've been able to have some closed sales behind you, what if you took the map of Denver, you took the map of Highlands Ranch, and then you started to isolate where you've had closings and where your businesses came from and hyper-localize that? Could that create more listing opportunities, listing appointments to have those conversations? Because this is powerful right here. We know there's a plethora of buyers, and oh, by the way, we're in the 4th quarter. What's coming up here in the next month is going to be executive buyers coming into town. They're already showing up now. They want to come in from wherever they're coming from and weekend fury and make that offer. What if you are now the inventory? You are the MLS. Take that mindset around, instead of looking at the MLS, how can I prepare my business to where I'm the MLS? There was a powerful conversation that happened last week with Jenny Wallach, and she talked about a reverse bold 100, where your phone rings. Kristen, you've done this before and had great success. How many of us can model that and turn it around and do that again? The challenge is that a lot of times we feel if we don't see the inventory on MLS, if we don't hear of a listing coming up that's been entered in MLS, Debbie Connor, and if we don't hear about that, then we go like this. Oh, we're just going to have to wait. Don't wait. This is one of the best times. This is pro season right now. That is a strategy, by the way. It's changing our mindset to create our own inventory. If we can't find the home that we're talking about for a replacement home, if we're seeing, condition and price, the best way to do that is to be able to not be stuck on one home and have an inventory, your own inventory. Now you can make choices. 10 years ago, when the market shift was going on, we knew that if we had 10 deals pended, 3 potentially could fall out, if not 4. That's why the volume was there, because I was already building in an attrition rate to that. It's the same thing right now. If you have a listing that's out there that isn't getting the showings, the seller's not being cooperative, whatever that case is, make that decision. If you cut the tie and move on to another. The only way you can do that is if you have others. That's part of what we talked about over the last couple of weeks with having guest speakers. So before I dive into the coaching corner of today, we haven't even hit that. Isn't that awesome? We haven't even hit the coaching corner yet. So let's go ahead, and I see do we have Movement Mortgage on the line? Cash team, are you there? Nope, they're not there. All right, so guess what? We got to go back into coaching.
Hold on, Robin has her hand raised. Robin has her hand raised.
Robin, take it away.
Well, I have a question. When you say create your own inventory, create your own MLS, I'm a little confused because I know that we only have a certain amount of time to get property into the MLS before we can start talking about it. So can you explain a little bit more about what you mean on how to do that?
So creating your own MLS, creating your own inventory is also code for pipeline. Who do you have in your pipeline? An A, a B, or a C on upcoming on listings?
Okay.
Right? So if I know that I have a buyer that's looking that can't find a listing anywhere, what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out and strategize a way to get out there. If it's not door knocking, I will do something different, but I will get in front of that potential seller.
So you're talking about going and finding the listing rather than waiting for it to come onto the MLS.
Yeah, and leverage through the buyer in order to do that because they're telling us what their key points are, what their hot spots are.
Okay.
Once we know that, we can get the area demographics and go from there.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome. So Jamie, do you want to talk to us a little bit about Field Elementary and some gift cards we have coming up? And I know we have a deadline, don't we?
Sure you did.
We do, sure. I had mentioned it earlier during gratitude, but anyone who still would like to contribute $10 or $20 increment gift cards for the families at Field Elementary School, if you could turn them in to Victoria or to Amber by Friday would be great. I want to deliver them sometime next week, but I'm out of town and I'm not going to get a chance to pick up my own gift cards until early next week. So probably by next Friday, like the 13th is when I'll probably drop them off. So if you want to bring gift cards into the office by then, that would be awesome. You know, there's a lot of needs over at that school. Those of you that have been with our office for, you know, more than a year have participated in Red Day over at the school and have met the kids and the families, and they're just so amazing. But they do have a lot of needs financially and otherwise. And so we like to support the school and just for the holidays and Thanksgiving, just provide them with gift cards so that they can go and get meals for their families. So it would be great if you guys could help out and just turn some gift cards in. I know that they have really come to count on our support, and I know how much their families appreciate it. So anything you guys can do would be awesome.
Hey, Danielle, do you have a question, hun? Yeah. Sorry, Danielle just raised her hand.
Perfect.
Hi, I just wanted to remind everybody as well, when you buy through Office Depot or even American Furniture Warehouse, they will contribute a portion to any school in need. So when I've been purchasing things, I have always mentioned Field Elementary. So that's a great way as well to contribute to them.
Oh, I think that's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Robin asked, is there a particular type of gift card? We're doing King Soopers, Kroger.
Gift cards for the grocery store itself. Yep. So the families, they'll distribute, and I don't know how much actual food they're distributing these days, but they used to have a food pantry that everybody could go shopping in. And I know that has changed a little bit, their format and how they're running that because of COVID. So when we discussed with them the best way to help serve them, they said that the $10 and $20 gift cards to King Soopers, just so that the families could go and, you know, get food for the holidays. You know, even when they collect stuff from the food pantry, it's canned goods, it's non-perishables. So for them to be able to go to the store and get milk, eggs, bread kind of thing, fresh foods, vegetables on a regular basis, even if they don't need it for the holidays, just for them to have on a regular weekly handout would be great. So anything you guys can do would be awesome. Thank you, Robin.
Fantastic.
You know, I was just going to add one thing in there. Even before COVID, Jamie, I don't remember the exact percentage. It's a really high percentage of families and kids that are on school lunch program and assistance.
Yeah, they're over 90% in that school.
And so you throw COVID in there and it's,
yeah. The families were already on free and reduced lunch because of their income status. And so, you know, and unfortunately, the kids would come to the food pantry at the end of the week and pick up food so that the family could eat on the weekends, because the kids would get hot meals at breakfast and lunch at the schools, but then they worried about the families being able to eat, you know, dinners and on the weekends as well. So, I mean, that just kind of shows how many needs there are in that school and how many families really need some help.
Yeah.
And Jamie, they refer to us as something, don't they? Doesn't
We're
the
the
whole
red
school
people.
refer to us? We're the what?
We're the red people.
The red shirts, yeah.
Yeah, the red shirt people. Because every time we go for Red Day and volunteer, usually in May, but when we go to the school and volunteer, everybody in the office always wears their red shirts. And so we're the red people.
So these little kiddos, really, I mean, from some of these guys who were in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, we've been there, gang, through their entire elementary career, right, as the red people. So let's show up in force, let's do what we do. We have huge hearts in this office, so let's show them that we can do that.
And we'll keep our fingers crossed that, you know, all these restrictions kind of get lifted down the line, and hopefully we can participate in a Red Day this year.
Would love to see that. Deb, before we jump on, because I know what our intention is today is to move pretty fast through the rest of the meeting so that we can get you out a little bit early. We have several of us who are in Bold Pivot. We have also Coaching Corner starts at noon, as well as we have our leadership team that will be in our vital signs, making sure that our vital signs are working here from 12 to 4. So at about 11:50 is when we're going to cut off here. I'm noticing the time right now. Deb, do we have anything we should address before we jump into Coaching Corner on Broker Bites?
Just, I mean, doing what you guys are doing. So as far as, you know, talking about listings, making sure that you understand and your sellers understand that you can't go market a listing to the world without it being in the MLS. If they choose not to put it in the MLS, it has to be documented in the listing contract, and it has to be requested by the seller. It can't be your suggestion. The only other thing would be to get really familiar with the clause manual that is in CTME, that's in the DocuSign forms. You're talking about how to help a seller get a property on the market right away. Do you know that there's seller contingency clauses in there to use? So they're in control. Just like a buyer, there's buyer contingencies. You can put seller contingencies in there as well. So get familiar with that. If you can't find it, holler at us. That's it.
Absolutely. Great points. Great points. All right. So how many of us were on the last couple weeks of calls with Jenny Wallach last week and Nikki Klein the week before? I'm seeing some nods, couple hands. There we go. What'd you think? Let's start there. Don't be scared. The water is warm. Jump in. What'd you think? What were some similarities? What were some differences? What did you hear?
I jump in, I'll take the rest of the 20 minutes you have for us. No, I mean, it basically shows that there's not one model that works for everybody, and that you got to get out there and figure out what you're comfortable with and what you're good at, and then get to it. Loved Nikki's approach on, hey, I don't always do the KW kind of stuff, but I do what works for me. And that's why I built my network out of Facebook groups. And then on the flip side, you know, Jenny's like, hey, any coaching or teaching or training that comes out from KW, it's helped me build my business through my sphere, through my database, through my referrals. And just those two totally different takes at the same time are just great reminders, is that we got to try different things, but be consistent in that one that you find is a good strength.
Love that. Great takeaway. What's another one? What were some similarities? What were some differences? So if you want to see my notes, this is the time to engage, because I have 4 pages of notes that I went back and took on both of these.
I mean, I can just say too, I appreciated how last week she was talking about how she doesn't do anything that she doesn't enjoy. And if it's not bringing her joy, then it's not effective for her. And I mean, I strongly believe that, and I'm learning that more and more every day. I can get sucked into my own processes and overanalyzing things and overcomplicating things, and really they should be simple.
So there's joy in the simplicity. That's fantastic. What else? What resonated?
Just staying in front of your people and providing things of value. And I know like Jenny has a big portion of her business that is agent referrals. So she has an agent group that she reaches out to. I joined it since she was on our meeting last week, and there's some valuable information on there. So it's providing information not only to potential clients, but other agents to build the referral network as well.
You know, what's interesting about that is Jenny took the approach of really diving in to help the agents, and Nikki took the approach of really diving in to help her community, right? Yet it wasn't agents, it was a business, strategic business move. So which is right, which is wrong? Neither, right? I mean, that's what resonated with me, was that you had two polar opposite approaches, yet they both went like this.
I think they're both really, they're tuned in to exactly where their business comes from. And they know the percentages of, you know, deals that come from database. They know the percentage of deals that are going to come from agent referrals. So they have strategic plans that focus on those different groups.
Absolutely. What was something else? Deb, what did your PC group think of this? And what were some different similarities and what did they take away?
Well, they're on here, they should hop in. I think in how simple this can be. You know, it's putting a system in place that works really well for you and continue to do it. It all boils back to consistency. So what most agents do, and seasoned or brand new, is they make the mistake of they got a deal and they sit on that egg, right? And they don't continue to hunt for the next deal. So knowing that you've got to continue to lead generate every single day and staying true to that, and in whatever the system is that you're using, whether it's open houses or Facebook groups or agent-to-agent referrals, whatever that is, you've got to have a system and you've got to have it in place so it works every single day.
Love that. It works when we sleep, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the point of a system, is that while we're sleeping, it's working?
Yep.
Love that. How's our time? All right. What's another one?
One thing that I learned, I always get so impressed with what everybody's doing and their success that I think, well, I could do that. Well, I could do that. Well, I could do that. And then I spread myself way too thin and get frustrated because I can't do everything really well. So just looking at what they did, I kind of focused in on what I enjoy and what I do best. And maybe it's not calling on expireds or for sale by owners. Maybe it's something different. And so I've changed my mode of prospecting to my networking groups. And it's been so much fun and really enjoyable. And I find that people are enjoying getting to know me, and not just as a realtor, but as, you know, a person who can add something to their life. And it's made everything a lot more fun. It's not as finding that buyer who wants to do something right now, or that seller who wants to do something right now, but it's definitely planting the seeds for my relationships. And I feel like that's what these ladies did.
Robin, I have to ask, did you see my notes right before the meeting today, or did this just kind of happen like this, right? You couldn't be more right. In fact, if we look at our business, have you taken a moment to write down what's your joy? What do you love about being a realtor? Counter that. Oh, what do you not love so much? Right? I think now, especially because we all have an emotional thermostat, right? That we know all these different things are going on all around us all the time. So our mindset becomes critical. We talked about something a while ago that was called an energy dial. And for those who remember, this is probably about 10 months ago, 11 months ago. And an energy dial is based around who are you reaching out to, and is it giving you energy? And are you setting your week up for success? So I'll give you a quick example of that. If I know that for me, it's challenging to reach out, call after call after call after call to expireds, but I love to talk to my database, then I'm not gonna take expireds off, but I might arrange the week a little bit differently, right? Have that energy, that high energy at the first part of the week. Make those calls to your raving fans on a Monday. Follow that up with Tuesday, right? Wednesday, maybe that's when you do something where it's not as high energy. So you're getting a combination of things, yet you're finding joy around it. And that's a common theme here between these two. And in fact, Amber, if you want to go ahead and post those notes that I sent you. And also
already done. I did it before you said to.
Beautiful. So check out the Facebook page too. She's probably already done it. And it's take those notes and look at them and look in, and more importantly, what are your action steps? We're in the month of November. This is exciting times. It's a fantastic time to show gratitude. Are we reaching out to our raving fans and saying, you know what, I just want to give you a quick call. No other reason besides I appreciate you. And I just want to say how thankful I am for our friendship. Nothing salesy in there, right? Follow after your raving fans within your A, Bs, and Cs in your database, in your pipeline. You know what? I know we're 6 months out from putting your home on the market and selling your home. We're 6 months out from selling your home. Notice the language change. And I just want to say thank you. Because during uncertain times, it's awesome to have someone like you in our corner. It makes them feel good. This is the month of doing that. Every day is doing that, right? Put an extra effort into that. If there's something that gives you joy, something that helps your mindset, something that creates an action step. Next, I believe it's next week, it's on the 12th, Jake, our incredible operating principal, is going to be doing the 12-week year. What would your year look like if it was broken down just into 12 weeks? And by doing something like that, is that going to create an incredible launching pad for 2021? We have 2 minutes. What are your thoughts on that? Dwayne Brown, what are your thoughts? I think we got you on mute, my friend. Still on mute. Okay. So that's all right. So that's really what we want to be focused in on. And especially going into the holiday season, right? We know it's not going to be your traditional holiday season. Let's just say it out loud and let's move on from that. So now that we know that, what kinds of different strategies can we put in place and can the conversations look like? Did you know that the holiday season is one of the best staging times of the entire year? That the executive buyers, the buyers that come in that have the higher price points, that actually aren't going to hem-haw because they're moving quick. They're coming into town now. Is it an opportunity to reach out to other agents that we know in other areas that say, hey, you know what? This is what's going on in Denver. What's going on in Nebraska? What's going on in Florida? Build up those referral relationships, because this is the time when the relocations happen. And you get to be the relocation company, not some other joker company that charges you 38, 41, 45%. So why pay that if we could do it ourselves and go through the command and go through the leverage pieces in order to build up those referrals? So between now and next week, for everyone that's on this call, your homework is to come up with an action plan between now and the end of the year. What is yours going to look like? And have you implemented joy into that? Because there's a common theme here. All right, how are we doing? We still got a pulse. We're doing all right. No one's bleeding, right? Come talk to us. We're here to help you, and we're here to support you. Whether it's from mindset to skill set to action item. We've been through this before. It's been different, but we've been through it before. Let us help. We're here. We love you guys. We will see you next week.